Hey, you guys, it's William, Sinan, and Freddie calling from Wee Wee Blogs, and the grand final running order was released late last night after semi-final 2. This was determined after a random draw where countries pulled out first half, second half, or producer's choice. Now, before we dive into this, I just want to point out that producer's choice was basically the majority.
Every single country?
Yeah, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for first half, 6 for second half, and the remaining were all producer's choice. So producers have a lot of control, and our readers are not necessarily happy. So this is Fabian, quote, "This producer's choice should be removed. It gives too much authority to the EBU." And Under My Skin says, so they're using 14 producer's choice places, 14, not 1 or 2, literally more than half. What's the use of the drawing order now? All right.
Well, I mean, it's probably they're aware of how controversial this year was going to be and put that in on purpose. You know, they needed to be able to mitigate some of the risks, and that was probably why they did it.
Potentially. I also think giving them freedom, if they're good producers, can be good for the show, because, you know, when you have too many pegs in too many holes that don't fit, you know, I think practically it could be good. In any case, should we go around and talk about the running order? Let's do this. But before we do, I just want to remind you that this year we've partnered with Match Bingo, a Gaming for Good app. You can click on the link in the description, or you can use your phone to scan this QR code. They have a new Eurovision app game that's going to run during the grand final, during the jury voting. So on your card, on your phone, it'll say things like 12 points to Poland, you know, oh, Poland's not here. Sorry, 12 points to Ukraine, 1 to 7 points to Portugal. You can win money by filling in rows or filling in your whole card. And this money goes to charity. It is supporting the East Anglian Air Ambulance. They provide medical helicopter assistance to those in need across the east of England, and by playing Match Bingo, you help them keep their service running and functional 24/7. You got to be in the UK. Yes, it's important work. You've got to be in the UK to play. So yeah, and you have to be 18 years or older, but we hope you will download the app, claim your free card at the link below. All right, we're gonna dive into this, and we're gonna start at the beginning. Sweden, of course, drew spot 1, so nothing to change there, great show opener. But producers decided to put Ukraine in the slot of death, slot 2.
That is a choice. That's a choice. I was shocked when I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, something so epic. I mean, maybe they want to mitigate a big televote result, but something so epic, I feel, deserves to be in the deserves to be later on in the show.
Maybe this is the year Ukraine proves that from slot 2, you can climb real high.
Yeah, I think that EBU knows that they will do well. Nevertheless, you know, like the spot, just like Loreen last year, she was 7th place, like the first half, and then she won. No, I think Ukraine is much more powerful than that second place and that slot. So
Ukraine is more powerful than the death slot. That should be a T-shirt.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
quote that shit on it.
Thank you, baby C. But I agree. I think that maybe the EBU doesn't want Ukraine to win, quite frankly, because they realize that Ukraine's in a difficult situation at home and they don't want to have another country host. I mean, does that seem realistic?
Yeah, it's risk. It's a lot of work for the EBU. It just make things difficult for them again, and they're trying to stop that from happening.
But I've got to say, Ukraine, because the stage show is so good, maybe people will keep thinking about this all night. Yeah. I know I will.
I think it's strong. It's memorable. It's definitely memorable.
All right, we move on. The next 3 are Germany, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. I think Germany is not the strongest act, and so perhaps putting it as early as possible makes sense.
Yes, I mean, it's quite slow. I mean, I don't know. I think you want to get out of the way. I think you're absolutely right, basically.
Yeah. Because if you put this later, people might turn off the TV.
No, I think it was like just randomly. They put them just randomly there. I don't think there was any strategies or something like that. They were like, okay, let's put Germany in 3rd position. Why not?
You could have put it anywhere.
Germany?
Would you have put it anywhere and it would have made as much sense as it makes there?
Yeah, well, they're not one of the favorites to win, so...
Yeah.
All right. Then we have Luxembourg and the Netherlands. What irritates me about this is that the flags look so similar on the scoreboard. I'm getting a headache. But yeah, I guess they're not that confident in Luxembourg. This is the first.
Also the number of the letters.
Yeah, it's almost identical. It's weird that they have two upbeat songs, one after the other. Girl bop followed by, I guess we can call it a boy bop.
Boy bop.
Yeah.
From girl bop to boy bop. Yeah, I mean, again, there's not much to make of this. I think you have to stick them somewhere. Netherlands, clearly they don't believe in as much as we did coming into the competition.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that it's there, because it was such a contender. That it was always so high up in the odds. So to put it so early on, I don't know. It's surprising to me.
One thing that is interesting to me is during the press conference last night, there were some tensions between the Netherlands and Israel, and they're performing next to each other, which means they'll be standing next to each other.
And they were sitting next to each other.
I think there was footage, I was reading on Aftenbladet, that the Netherlands was pushing their chair away from the Israeli contestant. And then so it's just interesting now that they're next to each other in the running order.
You saw the selfie from someone in the Israeli delegation posted with Jels Klein, and Jels Klein had said no to a photo with the Israeli team, and so they'd taken a photo of him from afar. Okay. So I think there's actual tension. I think there's a bit of social pariah curse going on this year.
Okay.
Which I found very childish.
All right, well, look, we have Israel in 6th position. Again, I'm getting a Ukraine vibe here. It's almost like, were they producer's choice or first half? Let's see.
Choice.
Israel's also producer's choice. Okay. So yeah, it's interesting that the EBU's chosen to put Israel so early. I think they're doing this because there has been booing in the rehearsals and in the semifinal. And so perhaps, and I don't know if it comes through on the TV. I haven't.
No, that's the thing I was going to say. Girl, what kind of
So it doesn't come through on the TV?
No, I only heard like, woo, la, 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 you know, like, no boy.
If you listen hard, there's a slight jeer, but it was nothing compared to the arena video.
So they cover it
in the
up.
press center, you don't hear exactly.
I mean, I was watching at home last night. I had the volume turned up so high because I just wanted to hear what was going to happen. And yeah, you heard it a little bit. Not as much as when I was watching Dress Rehearsal 2 from the EBU feed. It wasn't, or Dress Rehearsal, I can't remember. One of the Dress Rehearsals, but the first one when they got booed, it wasn't as loud.
Yeah, I was in the arena last night for semifinal 2, and it was loud. It was
booing?
It was two sides escalating each other. It was like people were cheering and people were booing, so people cheered louder, so people booed louder. And it was very uncomfortable, to say the least.
The tension came through on TV.
I did it.
It really did. There was a whole air of just like, you could see it in her face. And then, I mean, even in the audience, the cut when the camera went to someone holding an Israeli flag afterwards, she was standing there very proud among, like, kind of, I don't know, there was a clear division, basically.
And I just want to pause quickly because our colleagues are texting us and they're saying that Joost Klein did not perform in this afternoon's dress rehearsal. And a journalist, I'm not going to say who, has asked me, is that against EBU policy? Joost didn't go on stage at the dress rehearsals. Now, we are filming this video live right now, and so we don't know what's going on, but just flagging that, something to revisit. So yeah, to cut a long story short with Israel, I think they're putting this early so that any tension that comes through, any booing that might come through is out of mind. You don't want that kind of in the final run of songs with potential winners like Croatia, Switzerland, etc. So the EBU, to me, seems to be burying Israel for that reason.
Can I just return to Jels Klein for a second? Last night, his vocal was not as strong as on the track. Is there some kind of vocal issue going on?
In the arena, you don't really get proper audio. It's hard to tell, so I can't speak to that. I know that he sounded great in the arena, but maybe on TV it didn't come through.
I thought there's a bit of a weaker voice. I mean, we're hearing about people having laryngitis in all the delegations, so maybe someone's just caught something. But
it's possible. All right, shall we move on? To Lithuania in 7th. This is actually great for Lithuania. I think coming after Israel is a somber ballad, right?
High viewership.
High viewership.
Massive viewership. This is also the spot that Loreen won in last year, I think. 7?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good position to be in, right? You're definitely have people watching. You've got a good song.
Suzanne Adams, feel free. Thank you so much. Thank you for sneaking around. We didn't want her to trip though over all this stuff. I think also for producers, you want a song after Israel that clears the air, And Luke Tell has got this thumping beat and like everyone bouncing.
Yeah, and he's nice and he's uncontroversial. Like it's what you want. Yeah, I think you're right.
Uncontroversial, unproblematic king.
And All right, and now we turn to Spain. So from Lithuanian bop to Thora.
Another bop.
Yeah, we've got a lot of like upbeat songs. What to make of
In
that?
Estonia after that, oh my gosh, this section, girl.
Okay, this is what's interesting to me. All of this is leading to Ireland. Lithuania, Spain, Estonia, Ireland. Ireland, which drew first half, let's see. Did they draw first?
They did, yeah.
They did draw first half. The fact that they're being put late in the first half is a really good sign. I think that producers want to build toward this, and that darkness is really going to stand out after, you know, Dancey Lithuania, Feel Good Spain, and Dancey Estonia.
Mm-hmm. And Ireland, the song is like middle tempo, or yeah.
I also don't think they really had a lot of choice here. The other place you put them in was, I mean, because it's a rig thing, isn't it? It's like they've got a stage show that they need to set up properly. Am I just talking about
Ireland.
Yeah.
The staging is just a circle and some candles.
But then we're talking Israel have that, so there's 6. UK have that, so actually those are the positions you go. I mean, like they're basically very limited in the choices they can give the Ireland. And I think literally 9, 10, 11, 12 is where they could have gone. Basically,
Isn't the break after 13th position? The break?
Oh, I think there is a break after 13 often, so perhaps...
I'm talking rubbish.
No. Your rubbish is great.
It's beautifully.
I love your rubbish. We love it. Okay. Then after Ireland, we turn to Latvia and Greece. Now, Greece, that's a great position for Greece. Again, coming towards the end of the first half. Greece has no stage props. There's nothing.
Nice.
So maybe that's nice because they got to wheel out Latvia's wheel and they can just have Marina walk on stage and then she can just walk off stage and the UK can roll on the box.
So she's got nothing to set up, right? It's literally just her and a camera and dancers.
Her only prop is her body.
Yeah, yeah. I think she's fine.
Body, adi.
Adi.
Yeah.
All right, well, ain't nobody got nothing to say.
And I just think, yeah, exactly. A no prop performance after coming so close to Ireland is like what you want. You want fairly simple compared to the chaos that is Ireland.
I feel bad for Latvia in that sense because after Ireland
and before
viewers are going to be talking about Bambi Thug.
Yeah, and after Latvia, they will still be talking about Ireland, and then Greece.
Yeah.
Well done to Latvia making it through. That emotion that Don showed was so touching and so sincere.
You think that was the moment?
I think it changed everything.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You wanted to vote for him because more than anyone, he wanted to be there. It felt like.
Yeah. And also, what a smart guy. It was like beautiful how he spoke in the press conference yesterday, talking about Latvia being shaped like a butterfly.
Yeah, it looks nothing like a butterfly. I was like, did you read that tweet? There was this one tweet. Did I send it to you? It was so vulgar, but it was, I'm not even going to repeat it online. But
basically, the essence was it doesn't look like a butterfly.
Yeah. We move on. The United Kingdom in 13th, and then Norway. Coming between Greece and Norway.
But remember, this is after break. Norway comes after the break.
Good point.
Norway is after the break, yeah?
You got this, babe.
Norway is going to pop out wherever because it's such a tonal shift from everything.
So bonkers, yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. And I still think this could really surprise. I think juries could really eat this up. In the arena last night, this was the one where I felt you could feel people's shock. It was like, whoa! It was almost similar to like the Bambi Thug thing, though less extreme. It's like people were willing this on. Towards the end, everyone was clapping. You could feel the momentum building because the singer is just leaving it all out there as she gives birth. It was incredible.
I don't think I was quite over the tension from the Israel moment by then, and it was almost too much, too in your face. It's like in semi-final 1 when you had the Ireland, Ukraine, UK one and run in the end, you're like, whoa, by the end of it, you know?
Exhausted from all of the nice performances.
I'm really surprised about this run though, Norway, Italy, Serbia, not musically, but visually, because visually they're all quite dark. Norway, very dark. Italy, it's dark except for the pyro shower. Serbia, it's very dark. And like, you know, the running order is just as much about the visuals as it is the music. So that's very interesting to me.
Yeah, but I think Serbia is quite a nice palate cleanser from all of that. I mean, everything's so high octane, right? And then you come to that, and it's actually kind of beautiful, and like you got Zelda's Ocarina of Time, and she's like lulling you to sleep, kind of.
She's making her garden grow in those rocks. But you know, all of this builds nicely for Finland, I would say, because visually, the neon egg pops out, and you know, the egg gives birth, and yeah, it's upbeat, crazy, kooky.
Yeah.
They've killed it on the staging this year.
Yeah, it's good staging.
It's amazing staging.
It's good staging. But it's interesting. I tend to believe that producers save some of the favorites for the end. And like, we haven't discussed Switzerland, Croatia, or France. And the fact is, that suggests to me that Finland, you know, early in the first part of the second half is not a favorite.
Do you think? I mean, yeah. But did they draw second half? Yeah, they did. It was a producer's choice.
Finland was second. They drew second half.
Yeah,
they drew second half.
You're completely right. They've chosen like one of the lower positions in the second half to give them that. I think it's just mad to me that the second half is kind of stacked here. I mean, France is a very strong contender, I think. Croatia and then Switzerland.
And Georgia, I love. Look, we're going to come to that final five in a minute.
You were too fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
he moves. Freddie moves.
I got excited.
Freddie moves too fast. All right. So
Portugal. That is very interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna. This is actually. Yes, it's gonna pop out between Finland and Armenia, because Finland is wackadoodle, Armenia is our girl Jacko just kind of running around the stage. Our girl is bananas in the best possible way.
I love it. I think it's so classic Eurovision. It's everything you want from Eurovision. Portugal, this is controversial. I'm not a fan.
You were happy to wear the Yolanda hat a few minutes ago.
No, I like the song.
Likes the merch, doesn't like the stage show.
She was alone on stage. I just don't. Yeah.
You carry your demons with you, Freddie.
But she's actually alone because those white stuff, they're her emotions, feelings.
They're part of her. It's like her intestines hanging out.
I know you guys love it. I know we've had these conversations. I just think it's a little pretentious.
All right, well, we're going to let you stay on the sofa for now. You know what? Can he go to another Airbnb? We're going to figure this out, Hunty. All right, after Armenia, we turn to Cyprus. Classic Eurovision girl bop dance number. And coming after Armenia, Portugal. I mean, yeah, this is like, it's also kind of classic Eurovision. Not the crazy, kooky Armenia classic.
Different. A little different.
It's Cyprus classic, right? Is what you expect from Cyprus. Yeah.
Diva +4.
Exactly. And it's also for the younger audience, I think.
If they're still awake? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, of course they will. Oh my gosh.
I think she's very lucky, really.
Why do you think she's lucky?
I think she's a great performer and it's a great song. I think if Malta had been in semi-final one, they may not have sent Cyprus.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if producers, if I look at this list, in the final 7 acts, we have 3 girl bops. Cyprus, Georgia, Austria. It's almost like they want to keep people awake and keep people watching.
Why they kind of divide.
Did they all draw it? Or they?
Let's see.
Cyprus drew it. Austria drew it, and then what's the other one?
Georgia's producer's choice.
Georgia's producer's choice. Yeah.
So yeah, producers were like, oh, let's keep people awake and let's like divide them between other countries.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Because we have Switzerland, which is also kind of like middle high tempo, and then Slovenia, which is like middle tempo, and then Croatia, and then Georgia, and then France.
This is okay. If I look at this final run, first of all, Slovenia comes before Croatia. It's almost like, Balkan voters are going to be ready. They're watching their girl Raven.
Yeah. They know what they're doing. Yeah. That's very strategic, I think. They've woken their Balkan viewers up.
Get those 12 points.
Is it now on the grand final that we can vote during the song?
From the very beginning. So
oh my gosh.
So maybe that doesn't hurt Ukraine, actually.
No.
Oh my God, let's rewind. If Ukraine is so beautiful and people can vote for the beginning,
but maybe, will they know that if they can? Oh no, actually they will.
Yeah. So maybe people will pick up the phone and vote for Ukraine straight away because they'll be so touched by the performance.
But I think part of what you do is you hold on. You wait to see what's coming.
Some people do. Some people just let it out.
It depends if you watch the semi-finals or you're just tuning in for the grand final, which a lot of people do for the first time.
I don't know. Fan base, like the fans, they will vote immediately, and then the general public.
I don't know how long you last. I don't know how long they last. It's.
Well, yeah.
All right, so we skipped Switzerland though. So Cyprus girl bop to Switzerland non-binary genre mixing. 2-1.
Somewhere between.
Oh, but that'd be O's and ones, Hunty.
I know.
That would work for
What about 2-1?
binary, but it's 0-1, not 1-2. Okay, we move on.
Bad joke. I think 21 is a great position for Switzerland as well. You can't deny it. I mean, anywhere 21, 22, 23, if you're a favorite, you're like, that's where you want to be.
But I think visually, Switzerland is alone, right? And both Cyprus and Slovenia have a whole lot of people on that stage. So this helps. If you're going to go solo, let me go down, baby, down, down, down. You want to emphasize it, right? And so by being amid the groups, it'll be like, whoa, there's this non-binary singer alone on the satellite dish spinning. You might relate to them more. It's like, because you don't need, do you know what I mean?
No.
Okay, I'm making no sense. I think if you're one person after seeing an army of people, you might pop out.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably what they were thinking when they...
But both of the stagings are a little dark.
Oh, but also Cyprus and Slovenia have no props besides their bodies, and so Switzerland
Slovenia light, so light, it's like white, like ocean and stuff.
Yeah, Switzerland has that big satellite dish, so they have to roll on. So it could just be a practical thing as well.
Yeah, is there an adverb break there?
Oh, I'm not sure what the adverb break is.
Maybe like short, like very short.
Cool.
And then Hrvatska.
Croatia, look.
Best position.
This is
probably.
fantastic. I feel like this almost cements Croatia as the winner.
I would not get complacent.
I'm not complacent, Hunty.
But it's very good. It's very good.
They didn't put him 16th, did they? Sorry, Serbia. You know, and it was Croatia producer's choice.
No, first they cannot.
Oh, Croatia drew.
Producers.
Yeah, so the producers want Croatia to do well.
And how exciting would it be? I mean, off to Croatia. Would that be their first win?
Yeah, first win.
Ever.
Finally.
Doris Dragovic did well, but she didn't win. Actually, can I say something? I think maybe this is an issue of the gas pipeline because Croatia has fire and Georgia has fire. So maybe they can turn off the gas after Georgia produce that bill, honey, because she's using all the gas in the building for her fire when Croatia has a little. So maybe, but yeah.
Nord Stream 2 has been blown up, you know,
Yeah,
we've got limited
there you go.
supplies.
Yeah, let's not get political here though. But Croatia, Sinan, do you think this will help its chances?
Yeah, 100%. It's time. I mean, finally, it's happening. I don't want to jinx it, but you know, I feel it. I feel it coming. Eurovision back to the Balkans.
You feel it coming.
Oh, to the Balkans. Oh, like I get emotional.
Oh, babe, I think jurors will actually get behind this more than people think.
Yeah, I mean, I just think with France coming up 2 people afterwards, the only one who's going to win the jury has got to be France, right?
Yeah, so France coming after Georgia is fantastic because Georgia is high octane. You know, it's a lunar eclipse with the sun burning. She's on the floor in a downward dog position.
Also
popping it like she's hot. She's a vocal beast, Nutsa
Vocal beast. She's an absolute vocal beast.
Oh, we met Dimitrov Darko last night. Darko Dimitrov, just incredible, incredible composer. But then France comes.
Loco.
But then France comes in. It's like you're in heaven. You've gone from the hell of Nutsa's fire to the heavenly romantic rendezvous of Slemen. Yeah. It's just so tasteful, and the audience loses it every time in the a cappella moment. Every time.
It's incredibly effective. It's so powerful. Watching at home, I actually didn't really think much of the French song before. I thought it was kind of boring, kind of predictable, but last night it was like, wow.
You got it. It hit.
I got it. And if I was a jury, I'd be like, tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Do you guys did you guys watch the performance on the TV when he does the thing? What is that?
Yeah,
I feel like he has like machete and you know.
It's. Are you talking about when he moves the camera at the beginning?
No. Like he's doing like something like this, and I thought, oh my gosh, like
not at Eurovision.
At Eurovision
On the stage.
Yes.
Oh, see,
oh my god.
When he's moving the camera.
Just before he moves the camera, he's like.
Yeah, he's doing something like this, and I thought, oh my gosh, is he like?
I kind of wish he'd only do the camera spin. The bit before, I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, "What?"
Too much,
yeah. It was too much because it didn't look like he was touching anything.
I think the camera spin's also a little bit unnecessary because it never really quite works every time, you know, because you always want to grab it, and I think in the moment it never quite hits.
And interestingly, in rehearsal, I watched this. Usually, if you look away from the artist, it's because they need to do something. They need to like do something, like change something, and you don't want it on camera. But he just walks back. Like, so the camera's not looking at him, and he just walks back to another spot. And it's like you could show that perfectly well, and it would make a difference.
I also think last night in the live TV performance, did he step back slightly further than he had done previously?
Oh.
And you could still hear those vocals.
Oh, incredible.
They were strong.
That's great.
If he's gone too far and it was just like didn't work. No.
15 centimeters far.
Yeah, it looks great. Honestly, the staging looked beautiful. I think I actually sent you a photo during it because it was just so overwhelming. And the audience they respect him, and everyone goes silent.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, no one's like making any noise, and they just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And when you
Now
got
everybody on mute.
Yeah, all right. And then closing the show is Austria's Kalin.
Yeah. This
And
is the
where
moment
we are house divided.
Oh, well, look, it's fun. I think it's a little kitsch, if you ask.
Which is great. It's pure Eurovision.
Yeah. And,
No!
And I'm fine with it. I don't know. But I just think I can see all the contestants, they'll get up, they'll do their conga line at the end, it'll be the last one, be this massive celebration, everyone will be so happy. It's the perfect song to close the show, really. Right?
Oh, it's fantastic. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The final song when they close the club, you know, like the final moment, the last song actually.
Oh, I used to go to a club where they played Someone Like You by Adele every time it closed.
That would just be so depressing because most people are going home alone. They didn't find anyone. They're disappointed. They spent all that money on drinks. Their crush left them.
Like at the
If
end.
only it was like that. Can I say, I'm really happy for Austria because like she's wanted this for so long and now she gets to close the Eurovision Song Contest.
Wow.
That's granted. I hope our girl, you know, nervous poo. How sometimes people get nervous poo.
my
Not me, but I've heard that singer. No. Girl, you ain't on this video. But like, I just hope no one gets the. But no, I won't say which singer in the past told me. They had to wait till the very end, and they had to keep going to the loo. Anyways, I hope that doesn't happen to our girl.
We need names, Willie.
I'll tell you off camera.
I just want to know why there's been so much discussion around poop this year. Dear Lord.
Okay, thank you so much, Suzanne Adams. We're gonna get to that Turkish restaurant soon, so don't you worry.
yeah, actually,
we are hungry, but we're gonna upload this. It'll take 5 minutes to get this. It's gonna take. Listen, y'all. Final thoughts. Let's go around. Thoughts on the show. Thoughts on the running order. I'll start with you, Sinan.
It will be. I think it will be like one of the best Eurovisions like ever. Eurovision 2024. We have so many great songs on the grand final, and yeah, we will have great show, great time. No hate, just love, united. And friendships.
Were you in the arena last night?
No, wait a minute. Why people are laughing? It's so like I feel that. I'm sorry. My heart feels it, and I'm so happy that next year I will go to Eurovision in the Balkans. So yeah, finally.
Yeah, this is gonna be an incredible show. Sweden's done a great job with the stage. Like, no one's complaining about the way the stage looks. People may complain about their lighting. People may complain about certain elements. They have built an incredible stage. It looks great in person. It looks great on TV. And I think, I'm not sure how down I am with Malin Ackerman, if I'm totally honest, the host. Petra, maybe it's just because Petra's so incredible, it's tough for anyone to be paired with her. But with Malin, I'm getting an actress, not a host. Like, I would have loved to see Gina Darawi or Farah Abadi from Melodifestivalen, who have so much charisma and are kind of known entities within the world of Melodifestivalen and Eurovision.
Imagine Loreen.
She'd be healing all of us. She'd pull out a candle.
That would be iconic. Come on.
But Malin looks great, and I think the costumes, they've styled Petra and Malin quite well together.
They have. I think also the script this year, it's been really funny. I think it's been done really well, and a lot of the jokes just really landed.
The Miss Universe thing was hilarious.
The front! Yeah, that was brilliant.
I loved it.
And the tattoo performance. Oh my gosh.
That was a highlight, the tattoo tanning bed.
Yeah, no, that was brilliant. And obviously the big grinder gag that went viral everywhere.
Which was that one? I missed that one.
You missed the grinder gag? And Petra got this guy's phone from the audience. She was like, and you can download the Eurovision app. And then the grinder notification noise was going off. And then she was like, oh, I guess you've had a fun time in Malmo.
Oh, that's funny.
Interesting that she knows about Grindr. Like,
I like that. And it's also gay vague, so straight people who might be offended wouldn't get it. Yeah. That's really funny. Nice little wink there. Freddie.
People who clearly have only grown up with reality TV were like shocked and like, were like, oh my God, so rude. She just grabbed this man's phone on air. Yeah.
That's funny. All right. And before we go, we just want to remind you that this year we have partnered with Match Bingo. That's gaming for good. They have a new Eurovision app game, which you can download at the link in the description. description if you are 18 or over and in the UK. And, you know, you can play during the final. It's things like UK gets 12 points, scratch your card. Finland gets 1 to 7 points, scratch your card. If you match a row, you fill in your entire cards, you can win money, honey. And the proceeds are going to support charity. We are proud they are supporting the East Anglian Air Ambulance, that is EAAA. They provide vital helicopter medical assistance to those in need across the east of England. And by playing Match Bingo, you're helping their essential service operate 365 days a year, 24/7. It's really vital. People in need to get to the hospital. So thank you so much.
Keep slaying, keep glowing, and thank you so much for watching our videos and being with us here in Malmö.
The Croatia.
We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.